Hello guys, welcome back to Learning with Isha. We are looking at growth in plants. We have already seen what growth is. We have already spoken about how we can measure this growth. In today's video, we start talking about the phases of growth in plants. Plant growth is divided into three broad phases. First is your meristematic phase. So the meristematic phase is the phase of cell division. It's the initial phase, the cells divide. Second is your elongation phase. Now these divided cells grow in size, they elongate. Then comes our differentiation phase, which is called the maturation phase. Now these elongated cells go on and take up specific functions. Let's quickly move ahead and start talking about each of these phases in detail. The meristematic phase represents the cell division phase. Here the cells are metabolically very active and quickly dividing. Now these dividing cells, as we have discussed earlier, are found in the root and shoot apex. So let's take the root apex where we'll try to mark all the three phases. The meristematic cell will be found in the areas that are rapidly growing. So this is my meristematic zone. Here my cells are going to quickly divide and add new cells to the root. So the direction of growth in roots is actually upwards. So the meristematic cells have some particular features. First, they are rich in protoplasm. These cells have to divide, so they वो जमा करके रखते हैं a lot of nutrition inside them. Also, they have a very large nucleus. As these are rapidly dividing, DNA replication, everything is going on, so they have a large nucleus. The vacuole is absent in these cells. See, the vacuole's function in plant cell is to store waste materials and reserve food basically. These cells are quickly dividing. They're not generating a lot of waste and they don't need to store anything. Therefore, vacuoles are absent in these meristematic cells. The next feature is the cell wall in these cells is of primary type. क्या होती है primary cell wall? Well, this cell wall is first of all very thin. Why is this cell wall thin? If the cell wall is too thick, it is going to be very difficult for the cells to divide, to separate. Second is it has cellulose. Materials like lignin and all lead to the hardening of the cell wall that will again hinder the cell division process. Also, these type of cell walls are rich in plasmodesmatal connections. They are rich in plasmodesmatal connections. Now let's move on and start talking about the elongation phase. In the elongation phase, now the cell that has divided, the newly formed cell, will now start elongated. The cell will enlarge, it will increase in size. How is that going to happen? First of all, the cells are going to have an increased vacuolation. Now the cell is not dividing, it is just enlarging. So this cell is going to develop a rather big vacuole. So what this vacuole is basically going to do is going to take up a lot of the space of the cell. It is going to absorb a lot of water. Therefore, the cell is going to expand. The nucleus and the cytoplasm is going to be pushed to the periphery. So in this phase, basically a very big vacuole is formed. Also to support, ताकि वो cell wall टूट ना जाए, the cell wall is going to strengthen itself also. So the primary cell wall is now going to deposit other materials to help it survive the enlargement process. Now these cells will be present just next to the meristematic cells. So as the cells keep dividing, they keep moving upward. This phase represents my elongation phase zone. So this is known as my elongation zone. Now let's talk about the third phase. Finally, the cells that have enlarged are now going to take up specific function. They are going to get specialized. So in the maturation phase, the cells undergo differentiation. Differentiation is the process where this meristematic cell will now become a specific type of cell, normally a permanent tissue, like it can become a parenchyma. If we talk about the leaf epidermis, the guard cells help the stomata to open and close. So these are a specialization of the meristematic cells. This happens in the maturation phase. So basically it is the cell differentiation phase. The zone of maturation is observed just next to the elongation phase zone. So this is my maturation zone. The cells present here are going to take up specific functions. They may go on to form root hair and other such specific functions. Thanks for watching the video. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Write in the comment section and let me know if you have any queries. Thank you.